Welcome to Men of Order. Here's tonight's problem in one sentence. People keep pulling you away. Work, family, church, friends, it's constant. And let me describe what this looks like in real life. You sit down to start something important. You're finally locked in, and then your phone buzzes. Uh, can I talk to you real quick? Moment. Somebody's got a question. Can you help me real quick? Phone call. A, where are you at? Text message. Or I need this tonight message. So what do? You switch over, you try to handle it, you try to be a good man. But while you're doing it, you're thinking, I'll just take care of this real fast. I don't want any conflict. That's why I don't say no. I don't want to look selfish. I don't want to seem like I'm only focused on my own tasks. Besides, I can't let people down. That costs you. Your best hours get spent on other people's problems. You spend your day following after other people's noise. Meanwhile, your life goals get the leftovers of your own time. And then you end the day tired and mad, but you don't even know who to be mad at. And if nothing changes, tomorrow will look the same as today. Next week will look the same as this week. A year will pass by and you're still handling a lot of things, but you're not building anything. Guys, if you've ever felt this way, I want you to type pull in the comments. You keep getting pulled in all these different directions, and it takes you away from your success. Here's my promise for you on tonight's session. By the end of this session, you're going to have a clear way to stop the constant interruptions that come to your life without being cold to other people. And you're going to know exactly what to say and what to do this week. I promise that to you guys. This is no hype. This is not a pep talk. I'm going to give you a real plan. And let me be clear who this is for. This is for providers, men with jobs, men with families, men who serve, men who are dependable. So if you're the kind of man that complains but will never change, this isn't for you guys. But if you're ready to take your time back like a leader, I want you to type ready in the comments. Tonight, I'm going to invite a few men on with me live so I can help you stop getting pulled away. Not talk, a real next move. Guys, when I bring you on with me live, we're going to create an action plan for free. So I'm going to put the link out for y'all to join me live on camera right now. I'm sending it to you early so that way you have time to plan. I'm putting a link in the comments and on the screen. I'm sharing the link with you guys early so you still have time to join. Once you cam up, I want you to sit somewhere quiet and I want you to get yourself situated so that way I'm ready to bring you on. Make sure your camera is on, be in a place that's quiet where you can speak freely, and we're going to get down to it. Now, guys, you know what we always do on Men of Order? We take life's problems and we solve them using the order method. Tonight's session will be no different. What are we solving? You're not busy. I know you think that your life is so busy, but a lot of times it's the noise that's getting in the way. The problem is you're too available. And I want to show you how we can overcome that. So let's talk about what you're going to get in terms of an outcome from tonight's session. And guys, before we even kick this off, let's smash the like button. If you support the work on this channel, make sure that you smash the like button. It only takes 2 seconds, but it goes a very long way towards putting this content out there, guys. This tells YouTube to continue to push this work so more people can benefit from it. Now, by the end of tonight, you're going to leave with a clear rule for whenever you're reachable. You're going to walk away with simple scripts for interruptions. You're also going to walk away with a protected time block that makes progress happen this week. Guys, the reason why you come to this channel is not because you're looking for something that will benefit you next year. You want to see results right now. Every time we have a session, I'm giving you guys something that you can apply right now. All I ask is that you smash that like button. So if you do what I'm about to show you right now, you're going to feel the difference over the next 7 days. You're going to reclaim your time. I want you to type time in the chat if you want your time back. Put time in the chat. Now, guys, let's figure out what's really going on. Let's get down to the root of the problem. The reason people keep pulling you away usually comes down to 3 root causes. First, you're open all the time with no clear door. Guys, you're always available. Here's what you're doing. You answer people very fast. You're so responsive. If somebody calls you, you pick up. You respond very quickly, even when you're in the middle of something. Now, when you do that, what you're thinking while you do it is, if I don't answer, somebody's going to think I'm wrong because of that. And I don't want people to think that I'm wrong. If I don't respond, I'm not going to seem loving to my friend. Because they got this thing where if somebody sends you a text message, if you don't respond back within a certain amount of time, some people might feel a type of way. You don't want anybody to feel offended. You say, if I don't handle this right now, it's going to get worse. So I got to stop what I'm doing and I got to answer. I've got to respond. But guys, here's what that costs you. People learn you're always available. Think about what you're teaching people. Whenever you make yourself so available, you're training people how to treat you. I want you all to understand, when you're constantly responding, when you're always available, you're putting out a billboard and a public service announcement that says you can hit me up whenever. And then they do. So they don't plan to reach out to you. They don't think ahead. They don't value your time. They'll just take whatever is going on in their life and they'll throw it at you. All because you're so open all the time. Guys, if nothing changes, you're going to train everyone around you that your life can be interrupted at any moment. And it will come at your expense. Guys, you'll stay tired forever. So if you can relate to this problem, this first root cause, I want y'all to type number 1 in the chat. I'm seeing who's on. I'm seeing Frederick is on. I'm seeing Sir Yasharala is on. I'm seeing Gabriel Urena is on. I see y'all. Hey, Mai, good to see you on as well. Much love to you. Shout out to my brother Beast and his channel. Always a pleasure to see folks from that platform over here. Sis Shemaya, I see you on as well. So guys, I need you to understand this. This is one of the main reasons why so many people pull on you. And then you get stressed out. The reason why it'll feel like life is all over the place is because you make yourself too available. The second root cause of why you're too available is because you don't have protected time for your real life. Guys, when you don't put protected time for your real life, here's what you're doing. You try to get important things done whenever you can. You don't have any guardrails to protect your time. So when you say, you know what, I got things that I need to get done, these things are important, but whenever I'm able to, then I'll get around to doing it. What happens is your day starts to become full of little favors. Your day becomes full of little fires. If you're not responding to do a favor for somebody else, you're responding to a problem that somebody else has. Then you end up getting in all these little talks. Sometimes it's at the job, sometimes it's on your way to work, sometimes it's at the house. You end up getting caught up in a lot of small talk. And you also end up taking on little tasks. When you do this, guys, a lot of times you might be thinking, well, you know what? When it comes to my stuff, I'll get to that later. I have time. Tonight, I'll do this. Or, you know what? Maybe this week is too busy. This weekend, I'll catch up on everything. But here's what that costs you. You know how you always tell yourself, I'll do it later? Later doesn't come. You just sold yourself a lie. You told yourself that you would do it later just so you could feel better about not locking in at the right time. It was just an excuse that made you more comfortable getting pulled away by other people. You say, later I'm going to do it, but later never comes. You get home drained. You say, hey, I'm going to work on this later once I get home. By the time that you get home, all you want to do is eat and get ready for bed. You're tired. And then the weekend, because you're so tired, is just spent on recovery. You're not focused on making progress. You're too tired from the week. Guys, if you stay stuck living like this, what happens? Your goals will stay in your head forever, but it never comes to life. You keep convincing yourself, I'll get to that soon. You keep telling yourself that you're going to get ahead, but for some reason, life never moves forward. If you always tell yourself, I'll get to this soon, and for some reason it doesn't happen, I want you to type soon in the chat. Guys, I'm showing you the root cause as to why it feels like you're getting pulled in 1,000 different directions. If you feel like you're getting pulled in 1,000 different directions, smash that like button. If you feel like it's so hard for you to get ahead because people are constantly pulling on you, smash that like button, guys, because I'm showing you on tonight's session how to stop that problem. Here's the third root cause as to why you keep getting pulled in so many different directions. You don't have words ready in the moment to stop from getting pulled in the wrong direction. So by default, you say yes. Guys, this one is heavy. Did y'all hear me on this? The reason why it's so easy for you to get pulled in so many different directions is because when someone comes to pull you in a different direction, you don't have words ready to tell them no. You don't have any way to stop them from pulling on you. So by default, you say yes. You're unprepared to confront people who are pulling away your time. And so here's what happens. Someone asks you for your time, and then that's when you freeze for half a second. Man, I'm busy. I got things to do. But what happens? You say yes, because saying no feels rude. You're thinking, oh man, I don't want to say no and come across as difficult. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know what? I'm so busy I would just rather do the thing that they're asking to do rather than explain it. Guys, I want y'all to think about what I just said right there. How many times have you never done something that you were supposed to do, which is maybe telling someone no, maybe letting somebody know, hey, I cannot do this right now. I'm sorry. I got this going on. I got that going on. How many times did you compromise and stop everything that you were doing all because you didn't want to explain what you have going, so you just gave into somebody else's plans? I know I've done that. I know it's so easy to feel like I could just do all of these things. But what's that costing you? It's costing you your success. See, when you decide that you're not going to confront people that pull you in different directions in the heat of the moment, you buy yourself peace right then, just by going along with them. But then you pay for it later. You see, what's a short term compromise, that becomes a long term pain, because you're putting your own success on the back burner. Now you become the man that everyone uses because you're nice. And nice guys finish last. Man, I remember when I was growing up, a lot of the nicest guys that I knew, everybody took from them, took their money, took their time, but most importantly, took their peace. They just couldn't say no. They didn't want to feel like they were getting in confrontation with someone else because they're saying no. You know, some of us, we get caught up in people pleasing. Chat, can y'all relate to this? Do you ever go through days where you feel like, man, I know what I'm supposed to do, but if somebody actually pulls me in a different direction, I can't say no. Maybe they did something nice for you. Maybe it's a loved one. Maybe you feel a certain pressure from this person, and if you don't do what they ask, maybe there's going to be consequences. I don't know what your reason is, but have you ever felt like this? I want y'all to let me know in the chat. Sometimes you're too nice. And what happens if nothing changes? You keep living on other people's timing. It's your life, but you're under their control. And then your plan for life, it gets thrown out the window. I want you to type me if that's you. I see that you've already done that, Mrs. Israel. Shout out to you. I want y'all to let me know if y'all could relate to what I'm saying right now. I want y'all to let me know if this applies, guys. Am I talking to the right person right now? Now, man, I want y'all to notice something. Everything that I just broke down is not a busy problem. It's an availability problem. A man can be busy and still protected. But a man who's always reachable will always be pulled apart. Shout out to Sir Yasharala for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He said, I'm just listening. I got a ride this evening. Yes, sir. Happy to see you on. Thank you for the support. As always, y'all, make sure that you smash that like button. Thank you for supporting this work. This is a very, very important session. I got something great for y'all in tonight's episode. I got something great for y'all as we go through tonight's session, because I'm going to show you how to solve this problem once and for all. Again, keep in mind, this is not a busy problem. See, what I'm trying to show you guys here is a lot of times we use the term busy too loosely. Well, what are you busy doing? Are you busy working on something worthwhile? Or are you busy being pulled in different directions? Are you busy working on something that's of value? Shout out to Trista. I see you on. She said, I just popped in to say thank you for the information using the phone. I tried it and it does work. Awesome. Sent me, so I'll be back. Hey, excellent. Thank you so much for letting me know that I'm happy that you're making progress. I'm proud of you. Keep that going, Trista. And listen, you got to come back to this session. I'm telling you, watch this session whenever you can. If you got value from the session that I did about managing your phone, this one is going to be critical. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on this session, because if you sleep on this session, you're going to pay for it. I'm letting y'all know I'm putting out a lot of free game on tonight's session. Shout out to you, Trista. Keep up the great work. All right. Now, I just want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see what's going on. And I'm so happy that Trista said what she said. She said, I have a lot going on, but I'll catch up with the replay. Perfect response. And I'm going to show y'all how Trista actually provided a great way to navigate you not getting pulled in so many directions. We're about to get into it tonight, y'all. I'm going to say this one last time. Everything that I'm going over has nothing to do with you being busy. This is not a busy problem. This is an availability problem. A man can be busy in his life, but he can still have protected time. But a man who's always reachable, his door is always open, he's always available. This man is going to have his life pulled apart. He's inviting the world to sabotage him. He's inviting other people to tear his life down. And we got to understand the difference. Now, guys, I'm going to kick some doctrine to y'all right now. This is a part of the order method. Let's be clear. When we go through the order method, guys, we're talking about 5 very important things, okay? Order is an acronym. We go into O for outcome. What is the outcome that we want? Yeah, we know that we have a problem, that too many people are pulling on me. So what is the outcome that we want to achieve? Well, what we want to achieve is we want to stop getting pulled in so many different places. That's what I'm going to show you on tonight's session. Well, what's the root of the problem? I just broke that down. 1, you're open all the time. You have no boundaries for your day. 2, you don't have any protected time to protect your day and protect your life. Your life and your time go hand in hand. 3, you don't have the words ready to stop someone from pulling you in the wrong direction. You don't have the words to stop someone from pulling you away. But now we're going to deal with doctrine. What does doctrine mean, guys? When I'm talking about doctrine, I'm talking about the law of order. Guys, when I talk about order, there are laws of order. Some of you might have heard of the laws of gravity. Some of you might have heard of the laws of power. Some of y'all in the chat, my church folks, you're familiar with God's laws. I'm showing you the laws of order. In order to be an ordered man, you have to understand the laws that govern order. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Smash the like button. Shout out to Talk That Truth Radio on. Good to see you, brother. You said, I can't express how much I've done this in the past. Open myself up to being divided into too many parts. Hey, brother, you know I'm big on that. I'm very big on, hey, I got to stay focused. I got to stay locked in on what I'm doing, because there's so much that we have to do as leaders. If we don't protect our time, we will find ourselves all over the place. Thank y'all for smashing that like button. Continue to smash that like button. We got a lot that we're going over, and it's all for you, all for free. Law number 1, access must be earned. Not everybody gets to reach you whenever they feel like it. Let me know in the comments if y'all feel me on that. Not Everybody gets to reach you whenever they feel like it. Access must be earned. Guys, you're giving away your access. You're giving away your life too easily. Guys, life is short. We only got but so long here on this earth, and you've been called for greatness. So just imagine if you're going through the motions and you're constantly getting pulled away from what your vision is. Guys, a big reason why other people don't mind pulling you away from your life's vision is because God didn't give it to them. God has called you to do great things in this earth. But whatever your vision is, it's not theirs. So you can't expect other people to cherish your time the same way that you do. Access must be earned. And you have to show people how to earn your access. That's what I'm going to show you how to do in tonight's session. Okay. Look at what Talk That Truth Radio said. He said, my first wife done told me a few times kings aren't accessible to every person that tries to approach the throne room. You better talk about it. Your wife over there, she talking. And she talking with some sense. Shout out to her. Man, you about to have me go in a totally different direction. See, we talking about the topic. I'm about to get pulled away. Access must be earned. Anybody cannot just pop up at random and take you away from what you're doing. A disordered man is reachable at any time. So people treat him like he's a help desk. Think about what Talk That Truth Radio just said about how kings move. Do you think that a king is reachable by anyone at any time? Let's be honest. You know, we throw this term out there, king, so often. We call each other that as men. Hey, what's up, king? How you doing, king? But do you live like it? If you're so accessible all the time, certainly not. Every time you read about kings in history books, they were always the type where it was hard as hell to reach them. Not because they're all high and mighty, but because they needed to do the king business. They needed to talk king's talk. They have an entire empire to rule over. But what comes first, guys? Do you become a king and then you protect your time? Or do you protect your time and then you become a king? Got to start somewhere. Mrs. Israel says, let's get the likes up and share this message, family. We all know someone that needs to hear this. Big facts. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Share this message because this is going to show you how you can get to the next level. On Men of Order, we break down how a disordered man handles things and how an ordered man handles things. I want you to look at your life and ask yourself, well, what sounds more like me? Am I doing things more like the disordered man? Or am I doing things like a man of order? Shout out to the men of order that are present. If you're a man of order, well, then that's going to show in how you conduct yourself. A disordered man is reachable all the time and prides himself in it. So as naturally, people treat him like he ain't got nothing going on. Okay, guys, I just want y'all to think about this mentally. When you think about people who got something going on, people of success, people of status, people who have done big things in their life, when you think about those people, do you think, oh, this is somebody that's reachable all the time? This is somebody, everybody got their number. No, you don't think about that. You think, okay, there's only a select number of people that can contact this person. They probably got some kind of bodyguard, entourage. They probably have some layer of protection. Guys, why do you only leave that to people in Hollywood? Why do you only leave that to like the movie stars and the entertainers and the celebrities? Like, why do you only allow them to put some of those things into practice? You don't have to be a movie star to protect your life. What's an ordered man doing? How does he stop people from pulling away at his time? Well, first, he's not a doormat. So anybody just can't step to him. He decides when he's open. He decides when he's closed. And he doesn't apologize for protecting his time. Guys, I got a question for y'all, and I need y'all to be honest about this. Have you trained people to think you're always on call? Type yes or no in the chat. I'm asking y'all this question, chat. Have you trained people to think that you are always on call? You know, sometimes I be asking myself, why do people act like I'm at their beck and call? And I then think, man, you know what you did, Uzziah? You gave them your number and you shouldn't have gave them your number. That's why they think that. You know what, Uzziah? You made yourself too available. You made yourself too accessible. These are all things that you got to understand. I need y'all to see what's going on. You got to see, guys, an ordered man values his time. Let's get into the second law, okay? Law number two. Law number two is this: if it matters, it gets a time. Guys, this is simple. You know, they got that saying, you make time for the things that matters most. If something matters, it must have a set time. If it doesn't have a set time, it's not real. It's a wish. Guys, I want to show you what this looks like. A disordered man says, I'm going to work out, but he never chooses a time. So it never happens. And you might think, oh man, well, you know what? What's wrong with just saying, this is what I'm going to do? You said that you're going to do something, but because you don't have a set time for it, it falls through. The disordered man says, I'm going to build a business, but he never chooses a time. So then other people eat his week. They take his week from him. Guys, I'm going to put this link back out there again. I need y'all to see. I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about how to stop everyone from pulling away your time. That matters. Guys, time is your most important resource. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. Once the time is gone, you can never get it back. So what I'm trying to do for you right now is I'm trying to change your life by starting with your number one most important asset. You might feel like, man, you know what? I don't have that much money. But that's why your time is so much more important. Because what you do with your time can make or break any other resource that you have. You might not have the best of things going for you, but you have time. And you have to make the most of the time that you have, guys. This is critical. Again, what are we talking about? If it matters, it gets a time. A disordered man says that he's going to do things, but he never sets a clear time. And because of that, it never happens. Why does it never happen? Because he kept saying he would do a thing, and instead, other people started pulling at him. And because he didn't have a clearly defined time for when he was going to pursue his goals, other people took away his time. Look at what Sir Yasharala said. Y'all leave me a comment. Continue to smash that like button. Support the work. Bring the super chats. Guys, we going in. Sir Yasharala said, the funny thing is, I know a multimillionaire. Been friends for years. I'm not going to mention his name, but now I see your point, especially when I called him. He said, are you ready to make money? He said, always make an appointment. I thought he was wrong, but I see clearly now. Guys, Sir Yasharala just said something very heavy. He said that when it came to his multimillionaire friend, he did things differently. And he used to always think, man, you know what? The way that this multimillionaire goes about ordering his life is wrong. But now I see. And again, I'm going to ask this question. Did he become a multimillionaire first and order his time second? Or did he order his time first and that's how he made the millions? People who are good at managing time are also good with managing money. Money tends to be a byproduct of someone who knows how to manage their time. The opposite is also true. Someone who has no grasp of time management typically struggles with their money, because if they cannot manage time, they cannot manage money. The two often go hand in hand. All right. So I just want to put this out there, y'all. This is what happens whenever a man of order does things. An ordered man chooses a time when he takes action, and then he protects that time with his life. He sets a time for when he's going to tackle his most important things, and then he protects that time like a grown man. You see, it's not enough for us to dream. We have to protect our dream. Why? By putting down a time when we're going to stop dreaming and get to work. Here's what happens whenever an ordered man does that. His goals stop being a wish and start becoming real. He starts making progress every week, even if it's small. He stops living in catch-up mode, because now that he's ordering his time, he actually catches up. He doesn't have to constantly feel like, oh man, I'm always behind. I'm always losing time. This kind of man goes to sleep knowing I move my life forward today. That's what I want for you guys. But in order for you to have this, I've got to ask you the question, do your goals have a time? Or are you just out here living on hope? If your goals have a time, I want you to type time in the comments section. Do your goals have a set time for you to work on them? Or are you just hoping that one day you'll get around to it? Talk That Truth Radio says, not setting times have definitely bit me in times past. Absolutely. Guys, you know what I'm excited to do right now? I'm excited to execute. We've already talked about the outcome that you're going to get from today's session. The outcome is you're going to stop being pulled away. We've already broken down the 3 root causes of why you're always getting pulled away. You're always open, always available. You don't have protected time for your real life. You don't have the words ready to stop someone from pulling you away from your most important things. So as a result, you say yes by default. We broke down the laws of order. We broke down the doctrine. Access must be earned because your time matters. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Your time matters. Your life matters. Your life is the result of how you spend your time. Don't give your time away so freely. Your time is valuable. If it matters, it gets a time. Stop winging it through life. Put the most important things down on a schedule. That's what an ordered man does. But now we're going into E for execute. And I'm going to give you guys a simple way to run your week. It's called the availability gate. Because right now, your gate is wide open. This week, you're going to put a gate on your time, guys. Let's get into it. Step number 1, pick your closed hours. Do you ever notice how businesses are not always open? The businesses, a lot of times that you drive by, notice they have a time where they're open and a time where they're closed. Here, you're going to pick your closed hours. I want you guys to choose one block each weekday where you're closed. And I want you to start small if you have to. Doesn't have to be anything big. Even if it's just 45 minutes in a day, you got to have some closed time. 45 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever works for you. And guys, when you do this, do you know what it's going to replace from your current life? It's going to replace your tendency to try to fit things in, and that time never comes. See, when you have closed hours, now that made time for your most important goals. A lot of times we say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to just try to fit it in just whenever I have time. And that's a bad habit, guys. When you apply this one step, here's how it will change your life starting this week. You'll get at least one protected win per day. Think about it. Think about whenever you have closed hours. What do closed hours mean? You're closing yourself off from distraction and interruption. You're closing yourself away from people that pull on you. If you give yourself at least 45 minutes a day for closed time, that's 45 minutes that you now have to focus on your win. So every day, just by you applying this step, you're protecting your win every day. Guys, we got to plug this in. I want y'all to say out loud, during this block of time, I'm closed. I want you to go through your days saying this. Type close if you can do that, guys. I need you to understand the value of this. Let's smash the like button. During this block of time, I am closed. I'm not so available all the time. Damn, guys, it got to be 24 hours. It can't be 23 hours, 22 hours. You can't take 1 hour out of a 24-hour day to just give it to yourself. Look at what Mrs. Israel said. This is a huge unlock. Would love to know what time others here are planning to set for closed hours. When is your closed hours going to be? Leave a comment. Guys, I want you to consider this. This is step 2. Tell people your window. Ain't that so funny, Mrs. Israel? Now, you didn't know I was about to say that, did you? But she asked, she would love to know what time others here are planning to set for close hours, not knowing that's what I have for y'all as part of the availability gate. It's not enough for you to close up shop. You got to tell other people I'm closed. She said, I didn't know. Sis Shemaya said, great session to save and come back to. Absolutely. This is one you got to watch on repeat. Tell people your window. Guys, you're going to set a clear window when you respond, and you're going to make it known to people. I train everybody in my circle when I'm available and how to reach me. I make it known to everyone in my circle. Don't call me at random. You're not going to be able to reach me. The best way to be able to reach me a lot of times, if you're just trying to reach out at random, is to send a text, because I'm already in the middle of something. But once I take the time to review my phone, which I don't keep noisy right next to me, I leave it on silent, I put it in another room. Once I get to see what the text says, then that's when I'm going to get to it. You got to have your own rules in place, and you got to tell it to people. Tell people your window. Give them clear guidelines. For example, let them know, hey, I answer calls after 6 o'clock. For example, you could tell people, I check messages at lunch and at 5 o'clock. I don't always have my phone around me. Please don't take it personal if I'm not responding to your text message or phone call in the next 5 minutes. I only check my phone during these specific times. You need to close business. To everyone else, you're getting down to your business by closing your time with everyone else. This is you locking in. And you have to tell people about your closed windows so that they will follow it. And guys, there's something that you probably already know about that. And we're going to dive into this further in this session. Just because you tell people, it doesn't mean that they're going to follow it. There's been plenty of times where I might have told someone, hey, you know what? I'm not available in this way or in this time, but I can be reached like this. But people may not do it. But you have to stand on your principles. So, guys, I need y'all to come up with these things for your benefit. I just gave y'all some examples. I answer calls after 6 p.m. I check my messages at lunch and at 5. I'm not on my phone during my work day. I have protected time blocks. This is my time to work. I don't check my phone during that time. And do you know how that changes things in your life right there? It gets you out of the habit of always instantly operating on other people's time. It takes you away from instant replies. And you might be asking, well, how is that really going to change things for me, Uzziah? Do you remember how I told you, you tell people how you want them to treat you? When you do what I'm showing you here, people stop expecting you all the time. You are showing people, hey, I have a life too. I know you treat me like I don't got nothing else to do but to wait on you hand and foot. By you telling people about your window, it shows them this person has things going on and I've got to respect that. Look, shout out to Mr. Lister. Mr. Lister says, deep, bro. Good discussion. Bro, my office said my office hours are from 9 to 5. I needed to hear this. Again, very important. Just having those boundaries, guys. And a lot of times, the right people in your life will respect those boundaries. This is honestly a very good way to identify who is good for you and who's not. If you want to know who's good for you, put your boundaries in place and see who follows them. Because those are the people who are willing to support you. Those are the people who value you enough to have a relationship with you in a way that is healthy for you. But if someone is always pulling away at your time, they're always violating your boundaries, what does that show? Well, you know what? Maybe they don't respect your boundaries. Maybe they don't care that you have boundaries at all. Maybe you're only of value to them whenever you're going against your own principles, whenever you're going away from your boundaries, guys. This is why you got to protect that. Okay. So let's talk about this. When you apply the second step that I've given you here about telling people your window, you train people how to respect your time. And some people won't like it, and that's okay. You're not here to be liked, you're here to lead. Guys, you got to ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price to be successful? Success has a cost. And the cost is being okay with people not liking your every decision. Shout out to Sis Shemaya. She said 21 watching and 13 likes. Let's like and share the session. Guys, let's get the likes up for everybody that's on. If you're getting value from this session, please do me a favor. Smash that like button. It's not costing you any money. It only takes 2 seconds. Hit that thumbs up button that you see on YouTube, because this tells more people to tap into this content. I'm putting this content out there all for free for your benefit, guys. I ask you do this in return. Support the work. Let's get into step 3. What is step 3? Use a simple script. See, guys, this is the reason why I was excited for tonight's session, because I'm giving away a script for you to stop letting people pull you in so many different directions. I'm about to lay out 3 different scripts that you can use in your own personal life. The reason why these scripts are important, guys, is because you need words ready for whenever people try to pull you in the wrong direction. When you don't have words ready, you give away your time. So here are 3 scripts that I'm giving you where you can manage things effectively in your life. First, let's look at the work script. This is what you will say whenever people try to pull on you when you're working. When you're at your job and you have a coworker that's trying to pull you away from what it is that you need to be working on in a moment, they might come to you and they say, "Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you stop what you're doing and take, 10, 20 minutes and do this?" You don't always have to say no. You reply, "I can do that. What's the deadline?" Guys, after you ask that question, stop talking. Sometimes you get yourself into so much trouble because you talk and ramble on. And when people see you rambling, that's how they can know that they can get more from you. If somebody asks you to do something at your job and you're in the middle of doing something, all you have to do is reply, "I can do that. What's the deadline?" Let me break down how this is a win for you guys. You're not being difficult. You're making it known you can do it, but you're bringing the ball into your court. You're doing it on your own terms. "I can do that. What's the deadline?" See, when you put the deadline out there, the reason why that matters is because it stops a person from wanting everything from you so urgent. A lot of times people, they only think about themselves and they want things from you right now. But once you ask when the deadline is, it takes away a lot of the pressure of, "Hey, do this right now." And then it puts it on them for them to decide, okay, when do I really need this? What is the deadline? How long can I wait to take action on this? Right? So that way they don't make their emergencies yours. You ask, you say, "I can do that." You ask, "What's the deadline?" And then you stop talking. When they tell you the deadline, you can reply, okay, I can have it by this time. If you need it sooner, I can't take it. Guys, copy the script that I'm giving you. This is a game changer. Shout out to Brother Frederick. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, needed this lesson to strengthen my boundaries. Guys, if you're getting value from this session, support the work. Hey, my brother is in here. A beast is here. He said, talk that talk, comrade. Hey, I'm looking to chop it up with you, brother. You know, I was on your show last Friday. I was checking you out. You know how we do. You know, we get in each other's chat and we talk our talk as men. Glad to see you on, King. This is a very, very important video right here. This is going to change the game for you, brother. So I'm happy that you're on. Y'all make sure that y'all support this work. And look at what Mai said. You see, Mai is in the house, beast. Mai says this prevents people from placing demands on you. Shemaiah says scripts are a gem. Successful companies have their employees on script. I love that you're sharing. We need to have scripts for ourselves. Hell yeah, you got to have a script for yourself because you are your own company. How did Jay-Z say it? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Let me handle my business. Damn. A lot of times we think that everybody else is more important than us. We put all of these people and all of these companies on pedestals, and we don't take the game from how they do things. If you see that companies have a script to make their operations more effective, why wouldn't you have a script? Why come when the elites of this world do things, they have all their stuff on point, but then when it comes to how you do things, oh man, you know what? I got to freestyle it. I got to come up with it in the moment. No, you don't. You should be so well ordered. A lot of this stuff that tries to get your attention, you don't even need to worry about it because you already have pre-written responses laid out. Think about how it was growing up whenever we had the answering machine. You wouldn't take every call. I remember I was growing up, whenever I saw somebody that had an answering machine in their house, I thought that they was rich. I thought they were sophisticated. I thought that they were on the come up because it just showed, okay, man, this person, they got something together. Man, this person, they on a next level. Why not do that for yourself? Take the script, copy and paste. I'm giving it to you. Here it is. When you're at the job and you're in the midst of doing something, tomorrow when you go to work and somebody does this to you, say, I can do that. What's the deadline? Pause. They respond, okay, I can have it by this day, this time. Guys, I want you to notice something. Y'all are probably, some of y'all might be looking at this third bullet point here in the script, and you might be saying, Uzziah, why would you tell somebody when you could have something done by if they already told you when you need it? Didn't you ask the person for the deadline? Yes. But the point is to keep the ball in your court. The point is for you to do things on your own time. You're doing it on your own terms. The reason why you ask them for the deadline is so that it takes a little bit of pressure off of you having to do it for them immediately. Now that they've let you know, okay, you know, it don't got to get done right now. It could get done by the end of the day. It could get done by tomorrow. It could get done by next week. You're now getting things back on your terms. Okay, I can have it by this day and at this time. And it shows others that you're a leader. This is how you get promoted in organizations. This is how you become the go-to guy for success. When they look for someone that's a decision maker, they're going to look for you because you're setting your own schedule. I can have it done by this day, this time. If you need it sooner, I can't take it. Guys, that's the effective way that you say no in a professional setting. Rather than just saying no off the rip, you're showing that you're a reasonable person. You're showing, hey, you know what? I can be accommodating, but it's got to work like this. And if the other person is reasonable, they will strive to honor the terms that you set. And they will say to themselves, hey, well, at least if this person couldn't do it, they've showed effort to try. No problem. And that keeps good rapport, guys. This is just the work script alone. I got 2 other scripts for you that work just as powerfully. But before we get into those other 2 scripts, guys, 1, smash the like button. 2, I want to show you how this will change things in your day, because this is going to change you going through the cycle of always trying to squeeze something in. When you're always trying to squeeze everything into your day, it becomes problematic because you cannot do everything in one day. We only have but so much time, and you don't want to take the wrong thing and prioritize it over the right thing. So this already keeps the momentum in your favor. When you apply what I'm showing you, the way that this will change your life is you stop accepting other people's panic. You stop letting everybody else's last minute mess become your emergency. It keeps you focused. You make them give you a deadline. You make the job fit your real schedule. You're living life now in the driver's seat, guys. You're not allowing your life to be controlled by someone else. And if they need it sooner, you don't get bullied into breaking your day. Hey, Beast, I heard you earlier. You said I'm coming on. All right, brother, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get into it. I'm going to put the link out there again for y'all that are trying to cam up. Brother Rick, I see you on. Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you as well, my brother. I'm putting the link for y'all to join in the chat. The link to cam up with me tonight is in the comment section, and it's also on the screen. In the meantime, support the work either through the Cash App or by smashing the like button. This is very, very important. I'm looking forward to talking with y'all. All right, so again, what are we doing right now, guys? We're executing. We know that we're getting pulled all over the place, and now we have an execution plan. I'm giving you the availability gate, okay? Step 1 was for you to pick your closed hours. Step 2 was to tell people your window of availability. This is when you are training your circle how to communicate with you effectively. If you don't train people on the right way to communicate with you, you train people the wrong way to communicate with you. If you don't train people how to respect you, you train people how to disrespect you. And this is very valuable. Guys, now we're about to get into a little bit more on this. We talked about step 3, right? About the scripts. I showed you the work script to control your work day, but now I'm going to show you the family and friends script, because a lot of times they will be the ones to pull you away. A lot of times your family members and friends will be the first ones to throw you off course. They will be the first ones to talk you away from your success. As it is written, a man's foes will be they of his own house. So this is a healthy way for us to navigate how to deal with family and friends. Very simple, but effective. I hear you. I'm in the middle of something right now. I can talk at this time. Again, guys, this is not something that just disconnects everybody out of our life. We're not cutting off the entire world. You've got people in your life that you value. but you're missing an effective way to navigate conversations and life with them. Some of y'all, you may not feel like you're a good communicator. No problem. I'm communicating for you. When a family member or friend interrupts you while you're in the middle of something, say, I hear you. I'm in the middle of something right now. I can talk at this time. And then stand on that. And if they're halfway decent people, they got to respect it because they know, okay, man, you know what? John, he getting to it. John just ain't sitting around at the house all day not doing nothing. Now he's really trying to lock in. Now he's really trying to press forward in life, and it's respectable. And people will respect you more when you respect yourself. People will respect you to the degree that you respect yourself. This is what you say to get the respect. So when you do this, it replaces you always dropping everything to chase after family and friends. Yes, you love your family and friends dearly, but now you have boundaries. Look at what Mai said. I just used those words to a friend that I hold very dear to my heart. Shout out to Mai. And remember, this is what Trista did earlier. Trista was here earlier, Beast, and she did a great thing. She was telling me about all the value that she got from being on the last session. And then she said, I have a lot going on, but I'll catch up with the replay. She was just coming on this session to show love. Pop in, let me know that what I gave her last session worked for her. But then she let me know, hey, I'm gonna watch the replay. I got a lot going on. That's the type of way that you want to communicate so you can stay on track. You want to be able to have a script that you can give to people to say, hey, I'm with you, but I got this going on right now. I'm going to re-engage here. And guys, when you do this, this really creates a win-win. Oh man, Rick, you gotta hop back on, man. Let me know a good time that'll work well for you. Let me know whenever you're in the comments. Again, I give you the link and we'll talk about it. But guys, I want you to take this script and I want you to plug it in as soon as you can, okay? This is going to change things for you. How? Because you're not going to keep splitting your mind in half. You're not going to keep trying to work on something important while manage relationships all at the same time. Now, by you using this script, the person or the work that's in front of you gets your full attention. Your attention is not divided because you're constantly getting pulled in different directions. And guys, the benefit is once you do have the time to communicate with family and friends later, now you're calm. Now you're not rushed. And when you reply, you're not snappy. Why? Because you've already defined it on your terms. For all of my church folks, this one is for you. I see you on, Sister Colleen. You talked about firm boundaries. This one might be helpful. I want to help. I'm not available tonight. I can do this on this day and this time. Guys, I want you to know something about the scripts that I've been giving you. It's not just no, no, no. This is yes, but. This shows other people, hey, I'm still trying to work with you, but I'm not allowing you to sabotage my success. I'm not allowing you to sabotage my life. Yes, I can help you, but I can't do it right this second. I can do it on this day and at this time. It shows your willingness to be reasonable, guys. We're not burning bridges. We're really building bridges. We're showing people the best way to really engage. Okay. So, this is how you can communicate with family and friends. This is how you can communicate with church members whenever they're asking you to volunteer for things. We're still saying yes when needed, but we're doing it on our terms. And guys, when you plug in the script that I've given you about helping however you can, it replaces the guilt yes. What is a guilt yes? Guilt yes means you say yes even though you don't have the time because you feel bad. A lot of times you say yes to people out of guilt. You don't want to look selfish. So you agree, but then you get stressed out because you know you should have said no. You know you don't have no time, no business doing it. And because of that, now you get frustrated and bitter with yourself and with others. So, guys, when you plug in these 3 word for word scripts that I've given you on today's session, what's going to change for you is when you do help people on your terms, you help with an honest spirit. You're not helping out of pressure. See, that keeps your spirit in check. Sis Shemaiah says this is a win-win. It protects us from ignoring family and friends. This is a gem on the busiest of days. Okay. Let me take a pause right here. I know that we executing, but I want to bring my brother Awesome in, man. I've been wanting to connect with this brother. I'm about to bring you on this camera, King. Let me know that we good to wrap.
Oh, absolutely.
You on, man. How you feeling?
Peace, black man. First of all, let me apologize for not being properly dressed. Once again, my issues are with time and my ability to control it and not it to control me. So I apologize for not being dressed appropriately. I had something much more better planned.
Oh no, brother. I appreciate you coming, man. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for making this time, brother. It's
So,
good. It's good to see you.
really serious.
All right. So if you could, please let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, what's going on, chat? You know what I'm saying? My name is Awesome, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now we got some ATL folks in the house. I know some folks from the ATL area that are on. So make sure that y'all visit this brother's channel. Make sure you go to the Awesome and Gizmo Show. The brother has an excellent channel. Hey, this brother be putting in work, man. I be seeing you, bro. I be trying to hop into the live whenever I can.
Yes.
The brother be out there. Oh, shout out to his beautiful, beautiful daughter,
So,
Gizmo. They
thank you,
got their
man.
show going on the YouTube channel, and their YouTube channel is about their life together. This is a single father who works very hard to provide his daughter with a better future in life. How you feeling, man?
Real black man. I'm always uncomfortable with the word feel, so I'm trying to learn some different things, brother Uzziah. I truly struggle with my ability to control time. I'll give you an example just for today. This morning went to church, and I wanted her, to go see. And as we got back, she went to sleep. Well, now she's just waking up, and I didn't pre-plan this. So now dinner is behind. So I had the short ribs going, but they're not finished. Now I'm making the mashed potatoes. So she may not eat and get to sleep and get, you know what I mean, get her proper rest. And then I'll have to clean up. And then I have to clean her up. My life is so unorganized, and it seems to be like it's a consistent basis. I'm caught like in this vortex where I'm not being consistent. And because I'm not being consistent, she's not quite sure what daddy is doing because we don't have a set routine. I try to come up with a routine for the potty training, and I'm not being successful. And I have a real deep fear of letting her down, and it's starting to bother me.
Mm. Man, thank you for sharing that. So you were saying that right now you're feeling like you don't have a real handle on your time. You had certain things planned, but because of the fact that the time really didn't go as planned, certain things kind of got pushed back. Because it got pushed back, it made you feel like you were letting your daughter down in a sense. You don't want to let your daughter down. You want to do everything that you can, especially to keep her on track. Did I capture that pretty well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that, man, and I'm happy that you gave me some detail about how the time issue affects you, because that's very important to think about as well. Let me ask you this: whenever things are not on schedule, walk me through how that impacts other things. So for example, you talked about church, you talked about, okay, I feel like maybe I'm falling behind on time, uh, the potty training, etc. Whenever you feel like you're falling behind on time, what ends up happening after that? If you end up missing doing something at the time you thought you would do, what are the consequences?
It's funny you say that. I'm always scrambling. It's I'm always like trying to meet the deadline. My brain is always on fire. I'm never resting. I don't sleep. I'm living off coffee and rage. It's like I gotta go. I gotta get it done. But it's like a control rage. I've learned how to put it like on simmer, and so it's like I almost thrive from the pressure because I'm like, I gotta get it done. And then so I'll end up meeting and we'll just make the bus. It's always, I'm just there. I'm always scrambling. I'm never quite caught up. I'm never ahead. I'm just always behind, but yet I'm always scrambling to try to get ahead, to try to make sure we get what we need and she gets what she needs. And okay, I forgot this. And then the child will remind me, well, Austin, did you remember her wipes? Did you remember this? Oh, I forgot this. Then I try to pack her bag, but then I didn't pack her bag. I have clothes for her that were set for just in case she needs them when she's wet. And she gets wet outside. What do I do? Bless daddy's baby. Bless daddy baby's heart. Bless daddy's baby's heart. Bless everything she do. Bless everything she do.
Bless you,
And
Gizmo.
what do I do, brother Uzziah? Thank you. What do I do? The one time that she needs the wet clothes, the change of clothes, I don't have them in there yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm like, here you go again. And so these things bother me. It's like you're not prepared. I'm never prepared. It's never it's never together. It's not in unison. It's not in sync. And this really infuriates me. It really does.
Wow. Thank you for walking me through that, brother. And I could see the reason why you would feel that way, because you get up and you're trying to make the most of the day. You're trying to get to it. You're trying to be the best father that you could be. You're trying to be the best man that you could be. And sometimes if you feel like, you said not feel, sometimes if you find yourself in a space where you're you're trying to do things this way, but then things happen another way, it becomes frustrating. And so then, as you said, that's when you're scrambling. That's when there's pressure that builds up. Certain things kind of fall through the cracks. So here's how I want us to handle this. Um, the first thing that we gotta start doing is we have to have protected time blocks throughout your day. When I'm talking about protected time blocks, you have to have very set periods of protected time to execute and to plan. So when it comes to your daughter, for example, uh,
Give me that.
you want to have consistency, right? You want to have routine. You know what? I got a little boy, weird potty training. The key obviously is consistency. Hey, just building that habit, making sure that you're getting everything kind of on a routine. But what I want to put to you on top of having a protected time block. So when I'm talking about protected time blocks, black man, I'm saying, okay, hey, you know what? From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., I'm doing this. From this time to this time, I'm streaming. From this time to this time, you know what? I'm working on planning my next day. But you don't jam pack your entire day on a schedule. You only have select time blocks. I typically recommend about 1 to 2 set time blocks per day so you can focus on your most important things in life. But the next thing that you got to have is you got to have checklists going into what you mentioned for your daughter, making sure that you have everything that she needs ready, putting together a checklist. You know, a lot of times whenever I'm doing things with my family, we will have a packing checklist to make sure that I have everything for me, make sure I have everything for my wife, for my children, making sure that it's all covered. A lot of times, if we're just
Stop.
kind of winging it, or we think about something, yeah, we'll grab this, but then we'll be out and about and think, man, I should have had this other thing too. So it's going to be very important to have a checklist to stick to, a daily
Come here.
checklist. Say,
Stop.
okay, you know,
Come
do
here.
do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have this? So that way, whenever you step into something, you're always prepared. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, walk me through. Um, what are your thoughts regarding what we talked about concerning the protected time? And then after that, we'll get into the checklist.
When you pulled yourself out of so many situations along with my creator, because he was all I ever had that I could really lean on. And so he's always pulled me through. And so he's I've developed a self-reliance and a grit that allows me to know that it's nothing. You know what I mean? I can make it. We'll make it. And so it may just be by the skin of my teeth. Our teeth, yet we made it, right? All praise to the creator. And it's not so much from myself, it's from what he put in me. And I've come to use this as a crutch. And I'm not maximizing these time periods, like you said. Like everything with me is haphazard. It's okay. Everybody knows basically I'm probably gonna go live basically uh, in the morning, somewhere in the afternoon, and somewhere in the evening. But
Right.
there's no real set schedule. That may or may not happen. It may happen. And then where will she be? I may be streaming, but then she'll wake up during one of the lives, and then it's like I say, she's moving around right now. Excuse me, so I have to keep an eye on her while I do this and stuff like that. She should be asleep. She should be winding down. Under best case scenario, it's 7:30 at night. She really technically should be in bed. You know what I mean? Where we're getting 12 hours of sleep, you know what I mean, in order to get fresh for the day. That hasn't happened her whole life. There hasn't been, we were homeless, we were in and out of some very difficult circumstances, and it was she and I. So we were doing the best, we were putting basically band-aids on wounds,
Correct.
if that make any sense, brother Uzziah. Just putting
Absolutely.
band-aids on
Yes, sir.
wounds, never
Yeah.
really truly addressing a thing from its core. And I believe that the problem is mine. I know the problem is mine. The I'm I lack the ability to pull away from my old ways to get off into some new ways of addressing things, because I'm used to dealing with things from a certain mindset of just nothing funky. Excuse my language, but that's me, brother. It's I got it. I got it. Well, I got it until I don't got it.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Let's just be
Mhm.
honest, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
then there's no safety net for her. There's no say. I'm out here on a high wire rack, and if something happens to me, she goes to the system, and that's that. And so I'm going to have to get a hold on this thing, and I'm going to have to get a hold on it now.
Understood. And you got to have structure, black man. You got to have
Come
structure.
here, come here,
You
stop,
know,
stop.
from I read people, and from what I gather, you're a very action oriented man. You're a go getter. You can make things happen. But see, one of the problems is when you operate all the time with action, that can come with a lot of impulse. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
yes, it's a good thing that you can take action at any given time, but
Come here.
if it's all action but there's no structure behind it, you're never going to go as far as you could if you operated in a more orderly fashion. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
And so what I want you to do is I want you to begin to have um, a schedule, that you can put down on paper, put on a calendar, put on your phone. It don't matter where you put it, but it's got to be somewhere. And again, it doesn't have to be, 1 o'clock do this, 2 o'clock do this, 3 o'clock do this. No. But the most critical things, you got to start putting time behind that. So let's talk, for example, about what you said about your daughter and the time that she should be in bed.
Yes.
That's something that you want to put down on the schedule. You want to put an alert on that. Have an alert for your phone. Hey, you know what? Make sure you get your daughter ready for bed. When it comes to parenting, one thing that's very good, is building up that sleep routine, building up that sleep schedule, building up that normalcy. How is that going to help you? It's going to put y'all on one accord because the expectations are very clear. The expectations are very clear. So she already knows, okay, 7:30. All right, it's bedtime. We doing this. Cool. You got that situated. And now you have more assurance that after 7:30, after you've put her to bed, now you're able to deal with other things. You see what I'm saying? Right now, it's kind of up in the air for you. Because if you're not following a set schedule, you don't know if you're going to be able to do something and if you're not going to be able to do something. Having it on a schedule helps to protect the odds that you can do things at a particular time. And so even when it comes to, the stream, because I've peeped that, because I try to find out when your streams are so I can get on there and show you some love.
Yes.
And I too have kind of like a general idea of when I can expect to see you on. But I do think that if you had that closer to your own schedule, that will help also. Because one of the things that I noticed is sometimes you might have a stream and say the stream is 20 minutes.
Yes.
But then you might have another stream and it's 2 or 3 hours. You see what I'm saying?
That's
Like
right.
if the streams are very like organic, I'll say, which is a good thing. You can have variety in the streams. But what I'm saying is, if there's no structure behind a day and you just kind of winging it, you're just kind of going with the vibe of the day, it's always going to amount to you did something, but you are not able to do as much as you could have done had you had it in a more structured way. That's the reason why you want to have it scheduled. The schedule makes sure that something gets done at a certain time, but it also makes sure that you're able to stop doing something by a certain time. So that way you have enough time to get to other things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We got to get you on a schedule, black man. We got to do that. We got to be able to do that. But then the second thing, as I mentioned to you, is the checklist, right? Again, I want to say this to you now that I got your attention. I believe that your action-oriented mindset can be a gift and a curse. You strike me as a type of brother, you could just get up right now and just get something done. And that's good because you can get to it. But the problem is, well, what if you're working on getting to something so quickly and then you lose track of time? Or you get to working on something, but if you haven't taken the time to identify, what's the number one thing that I should be doing right now? You might be doing something out of impulse, but you might not be doing it because it's actually going to give you the best return on your investment of time. And so that's the reason why that structure is going to come in. It's a very good thing that you are action oriented, myself also. But you got to have the structure in place to be able to temper that. Otherwise, it can work against you. When it comes to the checklist, instead of like when it comes to things, okay, let me put it to you like this. Most of the things that you do more than one time in your life should have a checklist. If I stream, I have a checklist. If I do something for my business, if I do something for my church, I have a checklist. If I do something for my family, I have a checklist. Why is a checklist important? The reason why a checklist is important is because it gives you the freedom to take everything that you need to do for a task and put it on paper one time. And every other time that you do it, you don't have to think about it. You see what I'm saying? Like the way that you're going about things right now, for example, you mentioned with your daughter, making sure, okay, does she have diapers? Does she have this? Does she have that?
Stop.
When it comes to where the how you're doing it now, you probably have to give some thought to what it is that you need to do.
Yes.
And then if you realize that you forgot something that you should have had, then that's when it kind of bothers you because you're like, man, I needed to have this. I needed to have her diapers. I needed to have her clothes. I needed to have a change of clothes here. I needed to have all of these things. When you have a checklist, it gives you the opportunity to focus on one time because this is what happens. And it's very special for your situation, black man. I need you to make sure you hear me on this.
I got you on
You're
that
in
because
a
I'm on. Yes, I'm with you.
you're in a dynamic right now when it comes to parenting as a single father. It's there's so much. Okay, you could be distracted. You got, okay, there's goals that you have, and then there's things that you got to do to make sure that you're watching after your daughter. So sometimes it can divert your attention in the times where she's sleeping, in the times where you have undivided attention. That's when you really got to make those checklists to say, okay, hey, what are all of the things that I need to pack for my daughter now that I have the time to think about it? Because I know that once she's up and once she's outgoing, there's things I might forget. My attention might get distracted. Once you have it on a checklist, you no longer have to rack your brain anymore about what you do and don't have, because now you can refer to the checklist to make sure that everything is there. And if there's something that you still forgot, because it wasn't on a checklist, then you update the checklist. You don't keep going through the same stress of, oh, I forgot this, and this is how it backfires on me. Just to put it to you, to show you how much I live by checklists, this is one checklist that I have right here sitting on my desk just to do podcasts. On this checklist, it'll say, remove my work monitor from my desk, close the window in my office, move my laptop and keyboard to this specific position, turn these lights on. Everything that I know that I need to do, I put it on this paper. So that way, once it's time to do it, I'm not just going off of memory. I don't have to think about it at all. I just do this check, do this check. Every single time you do something more than once, it really should have a checklist. And when you do it that way, it guarantees you're not leaving anything out. Why? Because it's documented. What you got?
Excellent. What? Okay. My inability to throw in my workout routine and my reading, that has suffered as well. She's not. She may sleep till 4 or 5 a.m. and then she'll be up. She may sleep till 8:30 or 9 because everything is. I'm good at this. Intestinal fortitude and guts. So I've compensated with that. Well, I'm not good at being organized, and you know what I mean. That's just one of the things that has suffered.
Yeah.
And I've consistently made, okay, I'm great at this, but I suffer over here. No man can have it all. I've consistently said that to myself. However, I know deep down in the back of my mind, especially now, this ain't what I'm doing is not enough. And people will say I'm doing great, they said, but I know me. I believe I'm capable of so much more with the proper tools and the proper training. It I was watching Man on Fire the other day. You ever seen that, brother Uzziah, the Denzel movie with him saving the kid, Man on Fire?
Yes, sir.
One of the things that he said in this movie, which really stuck, he said, "No such thing as tough. It's trained or untrained."
Right.
And he would ask the little girl, which are you?" And she would say, "Trained." That's where I really choose to be. I wanna lean more on that training. This is what I do. Like everything else, it has a proper time, a proper context, a proper place, and nothing ever deviates. Yes, we know life happens, we understand that, but we can always lean back to this. So this is why this is great information.
Absolutely, my brother. You got to train yourself to follow a schedule and your checklist. It's okay. Before you can train your daughter on it, you first train yourself. And so again, this is how I would do it if I were you. First off is I would have a morning checklist. I'm telling you what I do in my life. I have a morning checklist that highlights all of the things that I need to do to ensure that I'm keeping my
Yes.
day progressive, keeping my life on the right track. Let me give you an example of some of the things that I'll have on my morning checklist. So, of course, I might have prayer on there. In addition to prayer, I will also go over my budget. I'll see how my finances are doing, making sure I'm moving things in the right direction there. I will take care of some different things that I want to get out of the way so that way I could focus on other important things. So, for example, I'll check my calendar at the start of the morning, every morning, but because I can forget the appointments I have. And so at the start of every morning, I'm looking at the calendar and say, okay, I got this going, I got this going, I got this going. And I follow my calendar religiously to make sure that any appointments, any important projects, any meetings I have, it's all in one place. I believe that that'll be a game changer for you as well, brother, because from what I gather from you, you probably got so much going on in here. You probably got so much going on in here. It's hard to really manage it all because you got a million things that you're doing that you want to do. You got other things that you're getting pulled in to do. But then it feels like by the end of the day, I could have done so much more. You need one centralized place where you can see what your day is really supposed to look like and go off of that. You cannot just go off of, well, I know whenever I'm up I'm going to work. I know that whenever there's something that needs to get done, I'm going to get to it. You're only going to be able to get so far that way. So when it comes to me, I'll have a morning checklist that makes sure, hey, am I reviewing my finances? Am I making the right budgeting decisions? Am I making the right investments? Am I saving my money how I need to? Am I transferring the money the way that I need to? I have that as a part of my morning checklist. These emails, let me get this out the way now because I'm not about to spend all day looking at my inbox. I'm going to have one set time in the day to review this. And then the rest of the day, I'm doing other things. You know, uh, you got to have a checklist in place to start your morning. And on that checklist, you can include different things that will position you for success. When you talk about working out, when you talk about streaming, you got to identify what are the top things you need to get done in a day and start putting time blocks on your calendar and protect that time. Don't let the day drag on. Like if you're in a stream, try to hold on to whatever time block you have for that stream, even if it goes a little bit over or a little bit less. I went over this in one of my recent sessions when I was talking about the importance of having buffers. You need to have time for the most important things that you're going to work on. And as I mentioned, everything else outside of that needs to be on a checklist. But most importantly, you really got to start having things written down, man. It cannot always be in the head and you cannot wing it all. It has to be structured.
How
You
important? Yes, yes, I'm with you.
okay?
How, how important is this? Is this the thing that's truly holding me back? Is this going to unlock some new potential? Because when I'm as I mentioned to you, I'm caught like this. I'm like a mouse in a hamster. Or excuse me,
Correct.
you're a hamster in a wheel.
Correct.
And I love my daughter immensely. She saved my life. If it wouldn't be for her, I wouldn't even be here because she
Mm.
gave me something to care for, something to someone who needed me. And so I know the Creator has something He called me to do.
Yes, sir.
However, if I'm not able to get to it, what good am I?
Correct.
You know what I mean? And not being able to create any true opportunity. Yes, baby. See, it's like this, like the scrambling to take care of her and her wins, and you don't want that. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. See, and then like I said, and then as I'm moving around, I'm loosely trained. Yes, pumpkin, daddy. Look, what would you like, baby? Here, you want some Cheerios? Here, Cheerios for now. Okay, here, baby. Here. This.
I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out to you so we can talk more because I know you
Okay.
got a lot. I know you got a lot on your plate. But to answer your question, it's everything. This is going to make or break your success and your potential. You have to have a foundation. The structure is the foundation of your results. You can execute very well. You take action, you're a go-getter. I see that. But right now, it's on a house of sand because on any given day, there's not enough consistency to know, okay, this day I know I'm gonna get this out of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's where structure comes in. Structure says if nothing else gets done this day, this is getting done. Structure says I will do this, I won't do this. Structure says even if I think I can do all of these things, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this second. I'm going to do this third so that if I'm not able to do everything that I thought that I could do, the most important things are getting done. And you're not just out here just any type of way with it. So let's talk about it. Go in the spirit of what I've gone over in today's session. The core issue is this. Uh, you're too reachable. A little bit earlier, brother, I went over 3 root cause problems why people get pulled away so much with their time. Number 1, you're open all the time. Number 2, you don't have protected time for your real life. Number 3, you don't have the words ready, so you default to yes. And I believe when it comes to the situation that you're navigating, 1 and 2 is really affecting you. You you might be too open to yourself. You might be too open to whatever you might think, okay, you know what? Maybe I want to do this. You have to hold yourself more to the structure that you put in place. Hey, I want to do this, but nope, stop. I need to follow this checklist because I know if I do it this other way, it could end up dragging on and then this other thing won't get done. And then I'm feeling like I'm always scrambling. You see, when you mentioned how you felt like you were always scrambling earlier, the reason why you feel that way is because you're constantly going, but there's not enough structure to define, okay, I'm on track. There's not enough structure to say, okay, cool. I set out to do all of these things and I got it done. I'm on track. There's not enough structure to say, I tried to do these things. I couldn't get it done. Why couldn't I get it done? And document that so that way you could make the adjustments. Right now, the day is too open, black man. It's too open. The fact that you are executing is a beautiful thing, and you will make progress, but you could make more progress by having the structure. Put those protected time blocks in place. Put yourself on a schedule. Have checklists going. Build routine into the day. Build routine for yourself. And as a result, routine will be built for your daughter, because once you operate off of that routine, your daughter will have no choice but to follow it. And then that's when that 7:30 bedtime will kick in. But for right now, we got to get that foundation under you. And I'm still breaking it down on this stream. I just wanted to bring you in and chop it up with you, man, because I've been wanting to talk to you for a minute. I'm looking forward to us talking more, but I'm gonna get more into it as I go through this session right now. You'll be able to get some more gems from it.
Brother, I can't thank you enough for your time and your patience. Shout out to your chat. Shout out to mine for coming over. I told anybody, you support a beast, you support this brother, we got problems. Can't thank you enough, man, on behalf of me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to getting what you have to give, brother. It's invaluable. And I'm definitely going to begin to make try to make some changes mentally. It's time for me to make some adjustments because there's too much. There's not enough being accomplished. And when you know you're capable of so much more, it ain't. Only thing that's holding me back is some excuses, and they just I don't tolerate those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please do take action on what we talked about tonight, bro. I want to check back in with you and see how it's coming along.
Please, comrade. I'm gonna shoot you my email too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, one of these ladies, one of my chat members, please put the email in there for the brother, so we make sure me and brother Uzziah stay in contact. Please.
We will do that. I'm looking
Peace.
forward to seeing you, brother.
Peace back, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
peace. So, did y'all see what was happening? This brother, he's a very driven man, very talented man, but there has to be structure. Guys, I know a lot of times, like whenever you hear me talk about these different systems and these different checklists, you'll be thinking to yourself, man, do I really need that? If you trying to do it at a high level, you need it. Because what you're going to end up realizing is no matter how much energy you put towards trying to further your life, without having the right structure, you're only going to get but so far. And this is the reason why I want to bring it back to the system, guys, because I was breaking down how you can add the availability gate to your life. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. I know I was talking to Awesome, but I want us to be able to get back to the system because this is something that's going to be very important for him and all of you as well. Okay, let's smash the like button. Let's support the work. Thank you for those that gave the super chat thus far. If you're getting value, support the work. Okay, so let's get back into the availability gate. Okay, right now your gate is wide open. This is what I was trying to explain to brother Awesome. He's doing a lot of things, but his gate is wide open. I'm telling y'all, put a gate on your time. You have to protect your time. Your time is extremely valuable. Step one, pick your closed hours. You're going to choose one block of time each weekday where you're closed off from the outside world. This is a time where you're not allowing people to interrupt your day. Start small if you have to. Now, you just saw me talking with Brother Awesome. What would I recommend for him? I would recommend that he has closed hours during the time where his daughter is asleep. It's obvious, his daughter is at an age where she's very busy, right? Children, they have a lot of energy, and you have to be present during that time. As a single father, he has no choice. So I wouldn't recommend that he has a protected time block when she's out and about. I recommend that he really has one strong protected time block whenever she's asleep, because that's the primary time where he's able to focus. You've got to be able to focus and have some time where you're able to lock in away from the rest of the world. We got family members, we got friends, we got people in our lives that we love, but we got to have a time for ourselves, because if we don't take that time for ourselves, we will not be able to give more to those that we love. Brother Awesome said, appreciate you, chat. Thank you. Hit the like button. Yes, please do. Smash that like button. Goes a long way. Hey, sir, Asaph, I see you in the house, my brother. Thank you as always. That's my man right there, y'all. Shout out to Sir Asaph. You're not busy. You're too available. That's what I'm telling y'all on today's session. Step one, pick your closed hours. Choose one block each weekday where you are closed from the rest of the world. This is where you get in the zone, tunnel vision towards your goal, your vision, your dream. Start small if you have to, even if it's only 45 minutes, even if it's only 1 hour, but you got to block off this time. If you guys don't block off this time, your mind is going to wander. You're going to be all over the place. You're going to be too spontaneous. You got to sit, focus on one target. Once you do that, that's when it gets you out of trying to fit everything in. Now you have a clear time for one important win. Number two, you're going to tell people your window. It's not enough for you to just have closed off time. You need to let the people in your life know about your window so that they can honor it. I tell people, if you try to call me, it better be an emergency, because as I'm in the midst of working, I don't have time to shoot the breeze. I have things to do. I lead a church. I run a business. I have a growing family. I'm constantly doing something. So if you're going to get in contact with me, shoot me a text if you can. That would be the fastest way. If it is an emergency, hey, I will address that emergency. I will honor that. But if you're just calling just to call, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I don't know what your window is. But what I do know is that you need to tell people how they can best communicate with you. I gave examples. Hey, I answer phone calls after 6 p.m. If you want to talk to me on the phone, call me then. I check my messages at lunch and at 5 p.m. Please know I'm not the type that's going to be having my phone going off, distracting me 24 hours a day. I'm going to check my messages at these times. I'm not on my phone during work blocks. During the times where I'm focused on my work, my phone is not available because I need to lock in. I got things that I need to accomplish. My life is short. Time is short. We cannot sacrifice our vision for random things. We got to get out of this mindset that we're always so available to respond to everything. And we got to focus on what matters the most. You will not be able to accomplish everything in life. And see, this is where the rubber hits the road. They got these sayings, oh, you can have it all. No, you can't. It's a myth. People are lying to you. Every successful person chooses one thing while sacrificing another. How many times have you watched stories about people who might have been world class at what they did, but it might have come at the expense of something else? When you look at the documentary of Kobe Bryant's life, he talked about how when he was in high school, he wasn't with everybody else going to the high school dance. He was in the gym training because he knew he had to sacrifice comfort in order to win. If he went to every party, every dance, every single event, Kobe Bryant would not have been Kobe Bryant. And why was it important for Kobe Bryant to be Kobe Bryant? Because unfortunately, the brother was gone too soon. See, that's the thing. Sometimes we act like we're going to live forever. Sometimes we act like we're going to be here for an eternity. But guys, tomorrow is not promised. So we got to lock in right now. The third step, guys, that I need y'all to consider is you got to use a simple script. I provided you with a script on this session. What to say when you're at work, what to say to your family and friends, what to say at church when it comes to volunteering. You don't have to think about what to say, guys. I'm giving it to you for free. Copy and paste this, use it as needed. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If y'all know that this script will help you, I want you to type script in the chat right now. If you haven't yet smashed the like button, smash the like button because we're about to hop into step 4, guys. Make a triage list. What's a triage, Uzziah? A triage list is how you sort requests so you don't treat everything like a fire. You don't put everything on the same scale. Again, this is something that I would say to Brother Awesome as I'm helping him navigate his life. Have a triage list. A triage list helps you sort through things so you don't treat everything like it's an emergency or that it's urgent. It's you deciding what gets your time first instead of other people deciding. The reason why you got to have a triage list, guys, is because not every request is equal. Every request is not equal. So what you're going to do is you're going to sort requests into 3 piles. You're going to have a now pile. This is for someone who is in real trouble. So let's say, for example, that your wife calls and says that the car is broke down on the highway and she's stuck. Okay, well, that's a right now problem. That requires right now attention, but not everything is a right now problem. Not everything requires right now attention. Maybe your child is sick. Okay, you have to tend to that right now. That's real. That's now. But some things are not now. Some things are next. Okay, can we talk about what's next? Next is this matters, but it can wait. And see, this is something that gets in the way a lot of times, guys. Like if you're like impulsive or spontaneous, whenever you do that, a thought might come to your mind and then you take action on whatever comes to your mind. But just because it comes to your mind, it doesn't mean that you should do that right this second, because you might be sacrificing the thing that matters the most over the thing that just came to your mind the latest. Just whatever is the latest thing that comes to your mind, it doesn't guarantee that that's the most important thing that you have to work on. It matters, but it can wait. So say, for example, you're at the job. A coworker needs help, but the deadline is Friday. That's why I gave you the script, because now, based upon the deadline that they gave you, you can put that in your next list. I'm not working on what the coworker talked about right now, but I will work on this next. Maybe the church needs support, but it's for something that's needed next week. Okay, I'm not going to stop everything that I'm doing right now. I will do that next. That's next. You schedule it. And then there's no, because we cannot do everything. These are the things that is really not your problem to take on. Example, somebody wants you to fix a problem that they keep creating, and then they always want you to put out their fires. No. Okay, somebody else didn't plan, and now they want you to clean up their mess, and now you're going to sabotage your life. No. You saying no is not rude. It's being responsible. Okay, that it's not your thing. It's not your task. It's not your problem. It's not your emergency. And guys, when you don't have a system like this in place, eventually you'll realize that you're spending so much of your life doing other people's things, never your own. Here it is. You've got dreams and ambitions, and they always get tucked to the back burner. Why? Because you're so busy doing everybody else's thing, you never make time for your thing. This is what I need y'all to see. This is the reason why this system is important. I need y'all to understand something. I need you to hear me on something, you men. Every time you see me go into a problem, there's always a system to solve it. There's always a solution. There's always a process. That's the reason why I break down the order method: outcome, root, doctrine, execute, report. When you guys follow the system that I'm giving you, you can plug this into any area of your life. Every problem that you have, okay, what is the outcome that we need? We need our time to stop getting pulled away so freely. We need to walk away from here, getting our time back. Well, what's the reason why we lose our time in the first place? Because we're so available. We don't have any protected time. We don't know what to tell people to reclaim our time, to protect our time. That's the root of the problem. Well, what's the doctrine? What mindset do we have that's stopping us from getting to the next level? And what principles do we need to learn to help us get to the next level? Principle one: your time matters. Access to you must be earned. You need to make people pay for your time, not necessarily with money, but by respecting your window of time. Yes, you can have my time. After this time, I'll be available. You need to live your life on your terms. And that's how we got into execution. When we execute, that's when we put a system in place to stop these problems from happening over and over again. Guys, I'm telling you, when you don't have systems, when you don't have processes, when you don't have order and structure to govern your day, you open up a world of problems. You open up distraction. You open up disappointment. You open up failure. We prevent failure by having order. That's how they're able to protect so many planes. They're not winging it when they get on a plane. Flight pilots use checklists before the plane takes off. They're checking to make sure that they got enough gas in their airplane and in their jet. They're making sure that all of the systems work. That's what I'm saying for you. Make sure that all of your systems work and watch how your life takes off. But what are we doing? We're putting our triage list in place. And here's the next thing that I need y'all to be able to see, guys. Okay. We talked about the list of now, next, no. This stops you from treating everything like it's an emergency. How does doing this change your life? You stop living in other people's rush. Right now, you're living in other people's moods, their situation. If they feel urgent, that's when you move. If they say jump, you jump. If they feel stressed, you feel stressed because they're putting their stuff on you. This week, I want you to stop living like that. So, for step 5, guys, I want you to choose your understanding table. Now I'm going to add in a scripture. This comes from the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27 and verse 12. It reads, "If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding." Guys, what that means is if you're around people who don't respect your time, Watch the clock. Don't sit there and donate your whole life to foolish talk and foolish requests. Be around men of understanding. Be around men who plan. Be around men who respect time, because a lot of those attributes will rub off on you. You're going to learn from other productive people how to get further ahead. You're going to learn from men how to get unstuck. That's the reason why you come on this channel. You come on this channel so that way you can learn all of the ways to get more out of life. And guys, when you do this, it replaces you hanging around time wasters, time wasting people. A lot of times we hang out with time wasters because you feel loyal. Oh, but I love this person. This person's my family. This person's my friend, but they're constantly draining your time. And when you apply this, it changes your life because you start choosing better rooms. And when you start putting yourself in better rooms, that's when you get more success. That's when you level up. That's when you can breathe again. You stop getting pulled into BS. You stop getting pulled into foolish talk and last minute favors around the clock. Once you stop doing those things, you can start thinking clearer. And when you start thinking clearer, now you can make better decisions. And then you start running with other men of value who respect their time. So your life finally moves forward. Guys, if you know that you've been in the wrong rooms for too long in your life, I want you to type room. When you come to this channel, you're coming to the right room. You're coming to level up and learn, how does an ordered man solve the problems of their day? How do they get their life in order? How do they have structure? Okay, that's all very, very important, guys. So I want y'all to consider this as a part of the order method. You know what we always do. Shout out to my brother Brandon. I see you on, King. Thank you for the support. Make sure y'all support the work. Smash the like button. He said, room. Here's what we're doing for the report, guys. All right. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to now do R for the receipts. So here's what I'm going to ask for you guys in tonight's session. I want you for the next 7 days to pick one closed block every weekday. One closed block. Make it at the same time if you can. Put that closed block in to where you're blocked off from everyone else and you're focused on your most important thing. Guys, they always tell you whenever you get on an airplane, in case of emergency, when these masks come down to try to save your life, put the oxygen mask on your face before you try to do it for everybody else. Because you're of no value if you're gone. You're doing this so that you could be more valuable to others. You help yourself so that you can be more helpful to others. Okay. So I want you to pick one closed block of time that you're going to have every weekday. Be consistent. Try to make it the same time if possible. Use one script each day, whether it's the work script, whether it's the church script, whether it's the family and friends script. Use that script. See how it works out for you. And then you can start making up your own scripts, guys. The reason why I have all of these pre-written scripts is because I don't want somebody to interrupt me whenever I'm in the thick of things. And now my mind is distracted, focused on something I shouldn't be focused on. The reason why I have these pre-written scripts is so that when situations pop up, because a lot of times these things will happen. Instead of waiting for the situation to happen and you getting swept away by it, you already got a situation for that. No, I already got this script. Here's what I'm saying. Here's the message that I'm responding with. So that way you can stay focused. Use the scripts that I gave y'all on today's call, y'all. Use one script every day. And then I want you to track what tried to break your closed block. Guys, something's going to come up. I promise. When you put this into practice for the next 7 days, something will inevitably try to get in the way of the closed block of time that you had to work on things. I need you to write down, what is it that tried to break your block this time? Y'all saw me talking with Awesome earlier. I want him to write down, what got in the way of his protected block? I'm saying the same thing for you when it comes for your protected block. What is trying to take you away from it? Look at what Sis Shemaiah said. That is deep, finding those patterns. See, it's not enough to just put the block in place. You got to protect the block, and then you got to start analyzing what gets in the way of the block. I got a question a little bit earlier. Mr. Uzziah, how many hours of sleep do you recommend for ultimate performance throughout the day? I actually don't recommend one fixed number for everyone. I recommend that you first identify your sleep chronotype and then sleep according to whatever your optimal level is. Okay, so let me give an example. Not everybody has the same sleep cycle. I don't know if y'all know that. You have some people who are early risers, for example. That sleep chronotype is a lion. They need a certain amount of sleep, but what's also very important for early risers is what time they go to sleep and what time they go to bed. See, for an early riser, that might be totally different from somebody whose biology is for them to be a night owl. Some of y'all are trying to get up early when really you're a night owl. You probably watched a video or maybe heard somebody say, yeah, you know what? You got to get up very early if you want to be successful in life. That's a myth. What's most important is in the hours that you are up, are you making the most of them? And the way to make sure that you make the most of the hours is find out your sleep chronotype. I'm going to put this in a comment section just so that way y'all know what I'm talking about and you can look it up for yourself, okay? Sleep chronotype. I'm putting that in the comment section. I'm putting it on the screen. Take the quiz. Y'all can Google it. Type in sleep chronotype on Google. Find out what your chronotype is. Are you a lion? Are you a bear? Are you a dolphin? Are you a wolf? Sleep experts, they've actually studied this and broken this down into 4 different sleep chronotypes. Everyone falls into one of the 4. And the problem is, if you try to live your life in a way where you are operating on a schedule of a different chronotype, that's probably the reason why you might not feel so good when it comes to your energy. It might be the reason why you feel sluggish. So figure that out. Shout out to you, Brother Brandon. You said, thank you for that. You'll check it out. Yeah, let me know what you got on that. And shout out to you, Introvert. I see you on again. Beast, your channel is always showing love, and I appreciate that, man. Let's continue to get these likes up. And we're going to go over R for report and for the receipts. So again, guys, as I said, over the next 7 days, one closed block every weekday, one script, and then track what tried to break the block. I want you to write it down so that way you could do a better job of protecting your blocks over time. Okay, that's it. That's what I got for you guys. And when you do this, the benefit is simple. In 7 days, you'll feel control come back into your life. You'll have less stress, not because you're not getting yanked around all day. It's going to be a stress reliever because now you have more control over your time. You're not always getting tossed to and fro. And you'll have proof that you can protect your time while still being a good man. You won't feel guilty because you're following the script. So, guys, I want receipts. After you've done this, I want you to come back on this channel, come back to this video, and I want you to comment. My close block was at this time. The script that I used was this, whether it was the work script, whether it was the church script, whether it was the family and friends, or hey, Uzziah, I tried all of them. This is what happened. And then that's the third thing. What changed was this. See, in order for all of this to work, you learn the systems, you apply the systems, and then you adjust the system to optimize it for your life. Keep in mind, I give y'all this content because I know that at this surface level, it works for everybody. But now you're going to take what I'm giving you and you're going to see, okay, how am I able to make the right adjustments so that way this is custom made for me? That's the reason why you make the changes, okay? So I want you to type done in the chat if you're going to come and bring me receipts. If you got a lot of value, I want y'all to thank me by just coming back here and telling me how it worked for you. Because I want to make sure that I'm giving y'all value. I'm not here to waste your time. I don't want you here to waste my time. So I need y'all to be committed to coming back and saying, hey, I plugged this in, Uzziah. This is what I did. And I want y'all to know something. Introvert asks, is this just for the men? You know, this channel is called Men of Order, but this is really for the use of anyone that can apply it. I don't turn anybody away from the channel. Of course, I'm a firm believer that we need men to step up. And as a result, I'm trying to get the men together. I'm a man. But man, woman, even children, if they want to check out the content, show love, show support, and it's of value to you, and I know that it is, support the channel. Watch the channel. A lot of times, whenever I bring people on camera, I make it known, hey, whether you're male or female, you can get on the camera with me. And so I'm looking forward to some of y'all taking me up on that so I can help you through your situation live and for free. Shout out to Mai, said, thank you. This info was very valuable. That's what we strive to do over here, to make sure that every session gives a lot of value to solve life's problems. Okay. So always remember this, guys. A leader is someone people can count on. Not because he says yes to everybody, but because his life is steady. A leader is very consistent, guys. That's why he's so dependable. That's what I was saying earlier whenever I was speaking with Awesome. You got to have a certain structure because the structure is what helps to build leadership. People want someone that they can count on. Okay, this person is consistent. I can set my watch by this person. A leader is someone that people can rely on, not because he says yes to every little thing. It's because his life is very consistent. He is consistent in what he does. And guys, a leader protects his time. When you protect your time, you're not being selfish. You're being a leader. Because everybody around you benefits from your leadership. When you protect your time, everybody's going to benefit from the structure that you've added to your life. But they will never benefit if your day gets stolen on nonsense. the people that you care about the most are going to suffer. And I need you to ask yourself that. Who's suffering because I'm not adding order into my life? My life is all over the place. My life feels like a mess. I don't know if I should be doing this. I don't know if I should be doing that. I cannot figure it out. Who is suffering right now because you don't have this order established, guys? Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's other members of the family. Maybe it's your team at work. Okay. This is very important, guys. All right. So if this helped y'all, please support the work. Big shout out to Sir Yasharala and Brother Frederick for sponsoring tonight's session. Thank y'all both for the super chat. If you got a lot of value from this session, please support the platform. Please donate, guys. I put all of this content out for free. However, for those who are generous and appreciative enough to donate, that's what keeps the channel going. There's a million other things that I could be doing, guys, but I give this free content to you because I know how much it can change your life. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for everyone that donates. And it doesn't have to be no big donation, y'all. On Super Chat, Super Chat allows you to donate $2, $5, 10, whatever works for you. I appreciate the gesture. It's the thought that counts for me. It's the principle that counts. So if you want to support this platform, all you got to do is tap that $ under the live chat that allows you to give a donation. It allows you to bring a blessing to this channel. Me and my team, we definitely appreciate it, guys. Okay. If you're watching this stream after the live stream is over, you can still donate. All you got to do is hit the thanks button under the YouTube video. For those that have Cash App, you could send me a Cash App. You can hit the Cash App, $ Gen Wealth Podcast. I put that on the screen for y'all to see. Or for those of you that have PayPal, paypal.me/the Uzziah Show. Okay. If for nothing else, guys, I ask that you smash that like button. It goes a long way to telling YouTube to put this content out in front of more people. More people need this, guys. A lot of people may never reach their full potential because they don't have the right systems on how to do it. They don't know the steps. Here is where you get the game. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Our next live session is going to be this Tuesday, March 3rd at 8 p.m. Central Time. Mark your calendars. Men, stop letting people pull you away from your success. Take your day back. Thank you, introvert. You said very valuable information. Thank you. I agree with that. Time is of the essence. It most certainly is. And that's the reason why we got to make the most of the time that we have. Thank y'all. I love y'all. And until next time, walk in order, brothers. Peace.